Let's turn to Davos this morning. Our Sarah Eisen got a chance to sit down with the CEO of Barclays for a wide-ranging interview on everything from politics to international markets following yesterday's presidential inauguration. She started on the impact of the Trump administration on the business.
Look, we are a bank that has about 40% of our revenues in the U.S., so it's important to us. I think it's two ways. One is that obviously there's a lot of control on regulation that had been placed in the last few years, and we think that'll get relaxed. That's generally good for business sentiment and good for business opportunity. And we think those winds are blowing towards Europe and the UK, where you can see governments understanding what's going on in the US and trying to see what aspects of their own regulation they should ease up on. And we think if they did that, that's a good idea.
Deregulation in Europe? Really?
One can be hopeful.
Isn't that like antithetical to how Europe has been?
It would require a change in the way they think about their economy and their systems. But the reality is that Europe is lagging in growth. The UK is ahead compared to Europe, still not as strong as the United States. But both these economies can use growth. And part of getting that growth is to unleash the capitalist instincts and what we call animal spirits into their economies, which means a better balance between regulation and opportunity. Nobody is saying that there should be no regulation, right? Regulation plays an important role in society, whether it's banks or any other part of society, but you've got to get the right balance.
A big part of your U.S. business is the investment bank, and there's a lot of optimism around deal activity. Do you think it's overly optimistic, or are you expecting a lot of action?
So we are optimistic. I think there are two things driving it. One is interest rates have reached a relatively stable level. Our own economists are calling for maybe one rate cut in the U.S. over the next year.
They're still high.
They're still high, but they're stable. So you can at least plan better because you don't have the volatility in rates. The second is with the change in administration, it should be easier for mergers to take place. And so I think both of those factors are leading to optimism.
I'm curious what you think about the new administration and how it will impact the U.S.-UK special relationship and whether it will be as special. And one of the reasons I'm wondering is because Elon Musk, who we know is very close to President Trump, has been bashing your prime minister.
Yeah. So the UK-US relationship, Winston Churchill coined that term during the Second World War, just after. So it's about 70 years old. It's been through a lot, and I'm fairly confident it will endure.
What do you expect from that relationship in a Trump administration? What do you hope for, besides the animal spirits rubbing off?
Yeah, I think there's so much in common between the two countries. When you look at a bank like ours, we are an Anglo-American bank. I am the third or fourth CEO who is a U.S. citizen of this bank, CEO of the bank who is a U.S. citizen. So I think that there's a lot in common. We engage and interact with each other across the pond quite a lot, and I expect those ties will continue. There may be around the edges questions about this or that on trade, but the basic strength, the foundation on which this is built, is extremely strong.
Is there a confidence question right now around UK assets? The pound's been very weak. The FTSE 100 has underperformed even some of the European indices. Or is it growth prospects? What is that?
So there should not be, in my opinion, a problem around confidence in the UK. The UK, we are very optimistic about the UK. We had a strategy day last year, about a year ago, where we indicated doubling down of our efforts in the UK. We're already a large bank, but we are putting more capital to work in the UK. We think that basically both the hard and the soft infrastructure of the UK is extremely strong and robust. And there is a lot of potential. Growth has been weaker. Brexit is now 8 years behind us. So we now need to move forward, 9 years almost, behind us. We need to move forward with a new economic program, which this new government has put forth. And we have to give it time to take root.
You think they have the right